So, A Chorus Line was amazingly successful in New York, over 6,000 performances, which is crazy. Why do you think it was so successful?
Well, you know, it's a backstage musical, it's a showbiz musical, but it's not about the star, it's about the kid in the chorus. So, you know, people relate to it because it's about every man. It hits all your buttons, I guess you'd say.
So what does A Chorus Line say to you?
Of all the things I've done, being a dancer in a Broadway show is the thing that people want to know more about than anything else. When I say I was in the chorus of Funny Girl with Barbara Streisand, they all go, "You were?" And they want to know everything about it. If I tell them I choreographed like Miss Saigon, they couldn't care less. And I find it fascinating.
Yeah.
I play the role of Deanna Morales. She's the feisty Puerto Rican one. She knows where she's from. And she remembers that, so she doesn't get too carried away with anything. And she has this passion for dance like the rest of her peers at the audition with her.
All of the characters in A Chorus Line are quite iconic. So how have you taken it and made it your own?
I didn't want to watch too many videos on YouTube. I wanted to stay away from that. Don't tell Baayoork, but I haven't even watched the Every Little Step DVD of the making of it because I didn't want to be affected by it. So I was like, I'm going to avoid it. So I'm going to watch it after previews, so then I can see what it's all about and not be too affected by it.
Chorus Line is all about a grueling audition process. Have you found that it's quite close to home? Is that what a lot of auditions are like?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think any dancer that's going to sit in this audience is going to find it so relative to their lives. This is why it's been so hard for us, like rehearsing this show, because we're all an emotional mess. And that song I sing, What I Did for Love at the end, I think, oh my gosh, it must have taken me about 3 weeks to be able to actually sing the song, because I was just like, ooh. I was just so emotional. I was in tears all the time, looking at the rest of the cast. They're all looking at me and crying. And then Bob Avian's crying, and then Baayoork's crying, and it's like, oh my gosh, we're not getting anywhere. We've got to complete the scene. Let's stop crying. A dancer's life is hard, I do think, you know, physically, but mentally as well. Yeah. You know, you can take a bashing for something that you love so much that you have to do.
You are the choreographer, and you've been doing this show forever, really.
Since I came out of the womb.
And you were the original Connie, were you not?
Yes, I was.
So are you still looking for the same sort of things that you were back in the day?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
We were the first triple threat.
Definitely.
Singing, dancing, and acting. I mean, that term was not talked about until we started it. And also the respect for dancers. You know, we were the lowest on the totem pole, didn't get as much money as anybody else. We rehearsed more than anybody else. And but after A Chorus Line, it was very, very different.
So have you stuck true to the original choreography, or have you mixed it up?
No. Michael Bennett passed me the torch many, many years ago, and so it's quite an honor to teach this choreography, his style, low into the ground. And of course there's the ballet, and technique is really important. And in the 70s, you know, we would go disco dancing with Donna Summers and all, James Brown. The 70s style is in the show.
Oh, good.
We did at the disco.
Oh, I'm excited to see it.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
No, not yet, not yet.
Have you seen our film, Every Little Step?
No, not yet either.
Okay. Guys, you've got to go and see the film, Every Little Step, or rent it, download it. It's the making of the revival in 2006.
Because you had the open auditions, didn't you?
700 people waiting in the rain outside of this theater.
Wow.
And that was something. Of course, in New York, sometimes we have 3,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we had some people who would come on the stage, because I asked them to do double pirouettes. Of course, you know what that is. And they would just come on and say, I don't know anything about a pirouette, but I'm on the London Palladium stage. Thank you. And I gave them their moment. So.
This is the whole combination facing away from the mirror from the top. A 5, 6, 7, 8.
I play a wonderful character named Sheila. For those of you that know A Chorus Line, you'll know Sheila. She's unforgettable. She's been around. She knows the director very well. she has been asked to come along to this audition. She pretty much thinks, you know, she doesn't have to dance. She's going to get the show. She has a really tough exterior, and she ends up having to let it down in order to really expose herself, which everybody needs to do in order to show that they really want this job.
Do you find it quite close to home about your audition processes in the past?
I think it's unique, and I think it's rare.
Yeah.
You know, for all of us who audition all the time, to have that experience on the stage for everybody to see what we go through. You know, people know what a job interview is like, you know, for an office worker or something like that. But what we go through is really very personally exposing.
Yeah. What do you think the message is from a chorus line?
There are the stars in the world, and even they have to be a team player. And, you know, we all end up being faceless, as it were, in order to put a show on. And like I said, there are the stars, but you don't last up there forever.
Yeah.
It's about the, you know, the worker, the faceless worker that goes out there every day.
Yeah.
For the love of what they do.
So we've seen a few little snippets from the show, and it looks amazing. I'm really excited to see it, but it looks pretty tough. Like, how much training did you have to do?
I can say we pretty much went to dancer boot camp. Baayoork Lee, she has been staging Michael Bennett's work for the last 40 years. Wow. And she knows how to get us in shape. She has designed a warm-up that keeps us strong for the show. So that's 45 minutes of nightmare.
Don't feel like you owe me any favors. Just treat me like everybody else.
Is that what you really want from me? Is this really what you want to do?
Cassie is a very experienced dancer, and then she's gone off to Los Angeles to try and be an actress, and it hasn't worked out. So she's come back to this big open dance call with lots of youngsters, but she doesn't care because she knows she needs to work for her spirit and for her life.
How can you do this? You get out of the course when you're 22? What the hell makes you think you can go back now? Cassie, you can't do it.
Well, part of the training for this show is doing this boot camp. I don't know if anyone's talked to you before.
We've heard it about it.
Exactly. Every morning it started with a good hour and a half, pure physical, core strength, ballet, Pilates, hundreds of sit-ups, press-ups, God knows what. But now we're all so grateful we did it, because as you can see, there's no set. It's a blank, empty stage with a white line. We're all in tiny leotards and tights with a lot of downlighting, shows every lump and bump. So we're just thinking, thank goodness we did it.
So you've been in a lot. You've been in Singing in the Rain, and you've gone all the way over to Broadway and everything like that. So because you're so successful now, do you think that you would still take a chorus line job like in the show, or do you think that every opportunity is a good experience, that you'd take anything?
I don't know. I mean, I'm honestly just so glad when anyone gives me a job. It's fantasy land. It's taking people away from themselves and giving them a bit of joy or thought. So I don't know. I really hope to continue doing it for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Really.